right, so before we get started, let me go through some basics. Sine of x equals y. Now, what next to sine does this represent? What is it? It's the angle or the arc length. Okay, what's this? It's the coordinate or the ratio. Okay, sine of x, for example, sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. Okay, so 1/2 is the ratio, pi over 6 is the angle. Now, when I change this up and go inverse sine of y equals x, what is next to the sine or the inverse sine now? The ratio, and what's this? There's your angle. You're looking for your angle. Now, this is key to this problem because you have a bunch of what here? Ratios. And when you put them in the context of arctangent, this is now a what? This is now a what? An angle, theta 1 and a theta 2. Okay? So, are you following me okay? Okay, just hold off for just a second. So this is equal to pi over 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tangent of both sides. Okay? Do you see why it becomes the tangent of theta 1 plus theta 2? Okay, good.
Why are you allowed to play with both sides?
Love that question. Because this is not an identity. This is, well, oh, wait a minute. Yes, it is. We are trying to prove this, and I did break my rule, didn't I?
Yeah, well, it's not an actual rule.
It's a guideline, yeah. No, you're going to do, you can do inverse tangent at the end to get the pi over 4 back. But what I want to do, I just wanted to show you why I was doing that, because these are really angles. This angle, now let's go back again. What is this? An angle. Does it make sense dimensionally that angle plus angle equals angle? Yes. So does that demystify this a little bit? This is your ratio, turn it into an angle. This is your ratio, turn it into an angle. Angle plus angle equals angle. Love it. Love it. Math makes sense. Imagine that. All right, so now I'm going to take the tangent of both sides, and this becomes the tangent of arc tan of 1/2 plus arc tan of 1/3 is equal to the tangent of pi over 4. And n is correct. You really shouldn't work both sides, but I'm going to do that. I can undo it at the end. Yeah, we can still, right. So, and then it'll be back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remember in our memories and on our, I think our packets too. What's the tangent of theta 1 plus theta 2 equal to? There's the formula. Tangent of theta 1 plus the tangent of what? Theta 2 all over 1 minus tangent theta 1 times tangent theta 2. Now this is going to look horrible for a moment, and then it's going to look awesome. Okay, first thing that we're going to do is the tangent of theta 1 is the tangent of the first one. This is like my theta 1, this is like my theta 2. So this is like the arc tangent of 1/2. By the way, what's the tangent of the arc tangent of 1/2 going to be? 1/2 plus, right, the tangent of the arc tangent of 1/3. Over, yes. And then this is going to be 1 minus the tangent of the arc tangent of 1/2 times the tangent of the arc tangent of 1/3 equals the tangent of pi over 4. Okay. Next, you said it, tangent of arctangent of 1/2 is 1/2 plus 1/3 over 1 minus 1/2 times 1/3. There's no way that's equal to 1. Okay, so we have, we got to get common denominators again. That must be the theme of today. And this is going to be 6 over 6. So we get 3 plus 2 is 5 over 6. And 6 minus 1 is 5 over 6. All right. And what is this equal to? 1. And now let's take the inverse tangent, like Mr. Fry said, of both sides. What's the inverse tangent of 1? Pi over 4. And what's the inverse tangent of the tangent of pi over 4? You like that one? I like that one. Okay, now, smarties, do this one. All right, so what we're trying to find is what the value of this is. What we're really trying to do is if this is theta 1 and this is theta 2, what is the angle sum of those two? That's what we're trying to do. So we use this little thing here where we took the tangent of both sides, right? And so we're going to go 2 plus 3 over 1 minus 2 times 3 is the tangent of that angle. And so 5 over 1 minus 6 is what? Nice. Tangent theta. How many got that? Tangent theta is -1. Did I lose anybody? No? Okay, so now we've got to find what theta is. So what are you going to do to both sides? Inverse tangent. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to get theta is the inverse or arctangent of -1. Now I look on my unit circle. -1 for tangent happens in these two places. If you're being picky, for arctangent, the domain is between, the domain range is between -pi/2 and pi/2. So I think what they're looking for is -pi/4 for your theta. That's what they're looking for. Let's go back and double check. Did it give us any domains? They're just saying what this is, and I'm wrong. Why am I wrong? This is a positive value. This is a positive value. This had better be a positive value. So let's look on my unit circle. If it's not -pi/4, what is it? It's going to be this one, which is what? 3pi/4. That's right. 3pi/4. I don't know if you can see that small, but it's right. Here, this will help.